Cell and cell organelles. In your lower standard, you have already studied about the cell. The definition of cell is it is the structural and the functional unit of living organism. What do you mean by structural? Yes, of the entire structure, whatever human made body is. So means we, you all have your body made up of different system, respiratory system, digestive system, etc., which is made up of different organs, right? So now different organs. Then these organs are made up of tissues, and tissues are made up of cells. So ultimately, the smallest thing in our body is cell, right? So that is why it is called as the structural unit. Unit is the smallest thing. तो हमारे पूरे structure का the smallest unit is cell. Then it is called as functional unit also. Functional unit means whatever function our entire body is doing, the same function can be done by one single cell. For example, we are doing the respiration, digestion, reproduction. Yes, it is possible in single cell also. You know about the amoeba and all, right? Huh? Unicellular organism. They are able to reproduce, they are able to do digestion, they are able to do respiration. So a single cell is able to do all this function which our multiple cell body is able to do, right? Whereas we are having multiple cells. So there are different group or cell performing some function. But a single cell is able to do this all the things, right? Now let us understand about the structural of the cell. Structural cells, we are going to learn each and every part of the body, and we are going to study about the function of each part also. So first of all, as you all are aware about the plant cell and the animal cell, see here the three-dimensional figure in front of you. This is the plant cell, this is the animal cell, green color plant cell, blue colored animal cell, right? And I hope you are knowing about what is nucleus, mitochondria. Huh? You can write down that name on page number 67. And then after, what are the components present? How you used to distinguish between the animal cell and plant cell? Cell membrane is present in both, but the plant cell has got the cell wall also, right? You can see it is double layer. See, the animal cell is single layer only, so only cell membrane is there. Here the plant cell is having the cell wall also. So cell wall is absent in animal cell and it is present in plant cell, right? Then you have the ribosome. You can write down in your textbook also, which is absent in plant cell but present in the animal cell. Then plastic like chloroplast and all, they are absent in animal cell but they are present in plant cell. Then vacuoles are present in both. Golgi complex is present in both. Even the mitochondria is also present in both. Correct? So now we are going to study about each and every part. All these parts of the cells we are going to study in detail. So let us understand about the components of cell. The first one is cell wall. Now the cell wall is found around the cells of the algae, fungi, and the plants. Animals' cells do not have this. Cell wall is nothing but a elastic and strong coat over the cell membrane. It is mainly composed of carbohydrates like cellulose and pectin. So these are the cellulose and pectin with the help of which it is made. And then afterward, polymers like the lignin, suberin, cutin, these are all the polymers they add in the cell wall as per the need. The functions of cell wall. See, wall, what is the function of the wall? Yes, it protects us, na? So, support and the protection is the function of the cell wall, right? Correct? So, whatever is a function of wall in our houses, the same function is there of for the cell wall also. So, it supports and protects. Moreover, it prevents the entry of the excess water in the cell. Now coming to the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Now the cell membrane is very thin and fragile elastic covering that separates the cell component from the outer environment. So this is the boundary part, this is the cell membrane, right? Now coming to the plasma membrane or cell membrane, the structure part. So you will see that the structure of plasma membrane, the protein molecules are embedded in two layers of phospholipids. So in these two layers, you are going to have this, right? Now this plasma membrane, here you can see this plasma membrane, children. This plasma membrane is said to be a selectively permeable membrane. What do you mean by selectively permeable membrane? Only selective substance can pass, not all. For example, take mosquito net. Mosquito net, you will feel that air can pass, but mosquito can't. Okay, so mosquito cannot enter in the mosquito net, but air can enter. So plasma membrane is also in a similar manner selectively permeable thing. It allows some substance to enter the cell and it prevents the other substance. Right? So something can pass. See this part is able to pass, but other parts are not able to pass. This part is not able to pass. Okay, so some part is able to pass. So due to this property, useful molecules of water, salt and oxygen enter the cell and carbon dioxide exit the cell. So if any changes occur outside the cell, the cellular environment does not change due to plasma membrane. Whatever happens outside, but inside nothing happens is. So, cellular environment does not change due to this plasma membrane. And this condition is called as the homeostasis. This condition is called as homeostasis. So, is homeostasis clear? If any changes occur outside the cell, the cellular environment does not change. Means inside the cell nothing changes. Okay. So here you can see the carbon dioxide is exiting, oxygen is entering. That all thing continues. The useful things come inside. The harmful thing goes outside. So this process goes on. There is no problem. Okay. Now the next thing is how do the substance travel in the cell? Now let us understand first about the activity that consumes the cellular energy. First is endocytosis. Now if you want to gulp or engulf the food and the other substance from the environment, that requires energy, and that energy is nothing but the endocytosis. Correct? Now let us understand about the exocytosis. Now if you want to throw waste material out of the cell, okay, if you waste product is there and if you wanted to exhale out of the cell, then it is called as exocytosis. So this endocytosis and exocytosis, these are the things for which the energy is required by the cell. Now, are there any process in which the energy is not consumed? Yes, there are some process in which the energy is not consumed. And first is the diffusion. Diffusion means the entry or exit of the small molecules like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, now I'll just show you about the osmosis also, children. The osmosis is a process in which you don't require energy. Now, small activity I can just explain to you. You can just take the raisins. Okay, 4-5 raisins you keep in a plain water, and 4-5 raisins you keep in a sugar solution. Raisins you know na, kismis, munakka. Yes. So those part. So you keep in the bowl. आप 4-5 से ओवरनाइट रात को भिगा दो और दूसरे दिन देखो. What you are going to observe? जो plain water में था ना, that will get swell. It becomes turbid. But the one which was in sugar solution ना वो ज़्यादा shrink हो जाएगी और shrink हो जाएगी और पतली हो जाएगी. So let me explain the osmosis. The traveling of water from part with more water to a part of less water through the semi-permeable membrane is called as the osmosis. जहाँ से ज़्यादा पानी है वहाँ से कम पानी है उस तरफ there is a transfer. Okay. So what happens in the case of raisins? When it is kept in the plain water was having more water concentration and your raisins were having less, so it was entering into it. But when you kept in the sugar solution, what is the difference now? The concentration why it is more. So जो the ये raisins होता है, from raisins the water will go out in the sugar solution to make it little less concentrated, right? So it will get dried up. So this gave rise to the three parts, that is isotonic solution, hypotonic solution and hypertonic solution. Isotonic means what? The medium outside and inside of the cell has the same proportion of water. तो बाहर का पानी अंदर नहीं आता, अंदर का पानी बाहर नहीं जाता. Okay, so the water does not go in or out. So that is what? Isotonic solution. Now the next is the hypotonic. In hypotonic what happens is the cell has less water than the outside medium. मतलब जो रेजिन को हम पानी में रखा ना, that case I am talking about. When The resins are kept in water. After some time it swells and becomes turgid now. So what happens is the water enters the cell. So when the water enters the cell, this is called as the endomesis. Right? So in the hypotonic solution, the water enters the cell through endomesis. Now the last part is hypertonic. Now in hypertonic solution, the cell has more water than the outside medium. So water comes out of the cell. Cell के अंदर से बाहर आ जाता है. So the water comes out of the cell. You can see from the cell that water is coming out. The cell has more water than the outside medium. So the water comes out of the cell. So any fruit piece are kept in a thick saturated sugar solution. The water from the fruit pieces enter to the sugar solution and the fruit pieces they shrink for a while. So if you keep any plant cell or animal cell in the hypertonic solution, the water comes out of the cell by the process of exomosis. Hmm? Yeah, in the hypotonic it was endomosis. Yeah, exomosis. And there is a contraction in the cytoplasm because the water is going out now out of the cell. Huh? So this process is called as plasmolysis. Okay. So when you are just keeping the resin in the sugar solution, it will shrink. Now the next part is about the cytoplasm. Now in front of your screen, children, what I have done is taken a onion, okay, and thin fine layer of onion is taken. एक पतला सा उसका लेयर निकाला and I have observed under the microscope. So what I am seeing, we are seeing the rectangular cells of onion. In the center the dot is there and that is nothing but the nucleus. Okay, so whatever the blank part is there, white colored, that part is nothing but the cytoplasm, which is a fluid between the plasma membrane and the nucleus. See, center that blue color nucleus, and here you have the cell membrane that makes the rectangular shape. But that white space which is there between the nucleus and this cell membrane, that is nothing but the cytoplasm. Okay, so cytoplasm is a fluid between the plasma membrane and the nucleus. It is moving sticky substance. This cytoplasm is like I told you, it's like a river. It's a moving part and sticky like a jelly. And all the cell organelles, you can see all different organelles. The nucleus is there, the mitochondria is there, the Golgi bodies are there. All are suspended in the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the medium of cellular chemical reaction. Now, what other part is this cytoplasm is? Cytoplasm has the cytosol. Now, what is cytosol? Cytosol stores the vital substance like amino acid, glucose, vitamins. Okay. Now, the cytoplasm in case of animal cells, see in front of your screen is animal cell. It is more granular. Okay. And it is more dense. If you see this animal cell, it is having the granules. Okay, here all dot dot dots will be more granule and dense. एकदम घट्ट घट्ट है. Whereas in the plant cell, it is very much thin and mostly pushed to the periphery due to the large central vacuoles. See, this is the central vacuole. So big, so big. So सब आजू बाजू का ये जो रिवर का पानी को सबको धक्का दे देता है. So like साइटोप्लाज्म is pushed towards the periphery.